Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
So, you want to be a BMX racer. What steps do you need to take? How do you get started? Well, by the end of this video, you will have those answers and everything else you need to know to get started in this awesome sport. Hi, my name is Michael Maduske, and I am a BMX racer. I started racing in 2017 at the age of 45. Yes, I was 45 years old when I started racing. You see, I never raced as a kid, but always wanted to. So, after doing some research, I found out that BMX is a great sport for all ages. So if you are older like me, don't let that discourage you just one bit. You see, there are hundreds of racers out there just like us. A wise man once said, "Age ain't nothing but a number," and it is so true in BMX. And ladies, you can be a racer too. There are many female racers out there that are great role models. Now parents, you may be watching this video because you want to get your son or daughter involved in this sport. Well, that's why I made this video. There are so many questions from new riders and parents, so I put this video together to make it super easy for everyone. You know, cut through all the complicated stuff and give you just the basics. Now, if you're here looking for gate start tips or how to make a pass on the track, you've come to the wrong place, but I may put that in a future video. But for now, let's just get you the information you need to start racing today. Step number 1. Go out to your local track. If you haven't done so already, go out to your local track. You can find tracks in your area by going to the USABMX's website. I will put a link in the description below. By going to the track, you will begin to build relationships with some of the greatest people out there. You never know who will have parts or bikes for sale, and the local people you meet are a great resource for this information. Plus, you will see firsthand what goes on during a race day and see if you or your child decide if this is something you want to try, which you should. Step number 2. What do you need to go racing? Well, obviously, you will need a bicycle. The great thing about starting out is any bicycle will do. Now, don't bring your skinny-wheeled 10-speed out there, but a mountain bike, a park or trails bike will do just fine. In fact, most, if not all tracks, will have loaner bikes available for a small fee. Now, this is very, very important. Please do not go out and buy the most expensive bike you can find. It will not help you or your child. In fact, I continue to get beat by guys with bikes they found at a local pawn shop or a bike they had 30 years ago. But that is a story for another day. Okay, so you've got your bike. Well, what's next? Safety equipment. Like bike rentals, most tracks also provide loaner helmets, so you don't need to invest in one just yet. But when you do, buy the best helmet you can afford. Trust me on this one. Long sleeve shirts are also required, as are long pants and closed-toed shoes. Jeans will work fine just starting out. Now, as an option, you can go with a short sleeve shirt and shorts, but full-length elbow pads and knee and shin guards are required if you decide to go in that direction. Plus, that just adds costs, and we are just starting out, remember? Once you or your child decides they are going to stick with BMX, which I hope they do, then invest in some good safety gear. You won't regret it. I may do a video in the future showing you some great safety gear options, so stay tuned and be sure to subscribe. Step number 3. Let's go racing. Okay, so you've got your bike, you've got your safety gear, and you know which track you're racing at. Now let's load up and head out. Now, while many tracks do have concession stands providing drinks and snacks, it is always a good idea to take a small cooler just in case. Personally, I pack water, sports drinks, bananas, and some protein bars just to be safe. And when you get to the track, the first thing you'll want to do is register. There should be a sign telling you where to go. If not, just ask anyone. They will be more than happy to point you in the right direction. Now, you do need a USABMX membership to race. At the track, you can buy a full-year membership, or you can get a one-day trial membership if you'd like. That's completely up to you. Most tracks will run practice during registration, so make sure you get there early enough so you don't have to rush to register and you can get some practice in before the racing begins. Your local track website will have the hours when registration begins. Once registration is taken care of, put on your safety gear and head out to the track. It wouldn't be a bad idea to do some stretching or warm-up exercises too, especially if you're an older rider like me. Just take some slow laps to get familiar with the track. Now, the starting gate may or may not be set up at this time. Watch others at the gate to get familiar with what to expect. Now, don't overdo it. Just take your time and get yourself warm and comfortable. Don't worry about having a great gate technique either. Once practice and registration has completed, they will post something called moto sheets. A moto is basically another name for a heat race or qualification race. These are the races leading up to the main event, or sometimes referred to as the main. To know when the moto sheets are posted, just wait for the announcement and follow the crowd. Everyone will head over to see what moto they are in. Now, these moto sheets will contain valuable information like what class you're in, your name, your age and proficiency, your bike number, which starting lane you are in, and your USABMX number. Speaking of bike numbers, when you are just starting out, your bike number will be the last 3 digits of your USABMX membership ID. You may be running a moto transfer system where riders must qualify for the main event, or a total point system where riders' points are tallied up and at the end of the motos, the winner is the one with the lowest score. This will be shown on the moto sheet as well. Now, find the rider's name on the moto sheet and it will tell you what moto they are in. Make sure you also pay close attention to what gate the rider is in for each moto as well. While the volunteers will have this information in front of them, it is always nice when the rider shows up and they know what gate they're in and they line up accordingly. Listen for your moto to be called. Now line up on the gate and wait for the beeps. Run a nice, smooth, consistent lap. It's the safest way around the track for your first time out. Once you've crossed the finish line, either pat yourself on the back or give your kid a big high five. You have just completed your first race and you are now a BMX racer. Oh, and be sure to treat yourself or your child to some ice cream. And remember, make sure you get sprinkles because... I do hope this video was helpful, and I hope you get a chance to experience the joys of BMX racing. It is really a great way for you to get in shape, a great way to teach valuable lessons that kids can use when they grow up, and best of all, it is a sport that every member of the family can enjoy. Thanks again for watching.